There we go. Curl the mustache. Let's let people know on Discord. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. I'm going to start the event on Discord. Okay. So, we're going to do a Bible study first. And then I'm going to go and do some coding. And maybe, I think first probably we should do an offering. Let me just X this out, I'm pretty sure. Still be live. Yeah, sweet. Alright. Let's do an offering. Okay, we're going to do a new offering. Oops. Alright. Let's get some music. Get some music. Rests. Normal. Rests. Normal. Two normal rests. Two normal rests. We're resting, we're doing a calm offering. Should be able to hear it through the mic. So Joseph nourished his father and his brethren and all his father's household with bread according to their families. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan was fainted by the reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph bought the money into the Pharaoh's house. And when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you your cattle if money fail. And they bought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for their horses, and for their flocks, and for the cattle. Okay. This is when Joseph was working for the Pharaoh. And people betrayed him, man. You know, and I think that's a good way to start this stream, you know, because people betrayed Terry. So it's a bittersweet moment, you know, because obviously he survives on, but, you know, we have to test the enemies to see if they've learned their lesson. How does the Egyptian hat go? Can't even really remember. Like the Pharaoh's hat? It's like something like this. And then it has like, it's like black and yellow. Something like that. And he has that cool staff. Joseph did. God really likes shepherds, just in general. If you have sheep, you are probably a good person if you take care of sheep. I don't know many shepherds who are bad. They're pretty down to earth, A lot of farmers are like that, but some farmers are arrogant. They want to have a lot of land, and but a shepherd, I guess a shepherd could be the same way. I'm making him like buff. This guy's like really buff. Give him a skirt. And then I guess this is like a breastplate. He's got armor on. He's not actually that buff. And we'll give him like a cape. Like this. He's on a stage here. We'll do like a stage. This is like a cool Egyptian theme, I'm realizing. It's pretty cool. It makes me feel like I'm in Egypt right now. I need to close this off. There we go. And what's down here? They're bringing their cattle, right? So let's draw a little. I hate drawing cattle. I need to get better at it. I always forget how their ears go. It's not like a dog's ear, Maybe like a round? No, then it looks kind of like a bear, They're kind of shoe-headed, I think. I think they look like they have shoe heads. How's the audio? People were saying I was quiet last time. People were saying I was quiet last time. That's alright. This is a cattle. I think if you're in a bad spot, if you're not sure if you're a good person, you should become a shepherd. Because then God will talk to you. You spend a lot of time in the field. I think that's it. You're not doing anything. And that's why a lot of shepherds talk to God. Because they're just not really doing anything else. He's got like a rat tail. Let's give him like a little nose ring, like a cartoon bull. Or, yeah. This is a horrible cattle, and it's got a nose ring. I think that's good. So we'll color it in now. Let's see. Oh, I didn't give Joseph a face. Okay, we'll do brown first. And it's just a brown cow. There we go. And do a line. So we can color in the background here. Just like that. There we go. Do some yellow. And that one, do the yellow ground. Okay. What color should the cape be? Orange? Orange cape. Light red. Okay, and the eye, the cow. Cow should be gray. Gray head cow. Kind of looks like a rat. Dark gray. That looks good enough. Right there. And color, we're gonna do blue. I think Joseph had blue eyes. I think he did. So we'll give him blue eyes. And then just skin color. Oh, you know what? I have to do dither color for the skin always. It's best to do dither for the skin. That looks pretty good. Alright, I like that. I like it. I was gonna give him a staff, but I don't know, maybe he doesn't deserve a staff. You have to be pretty important to get a staff. Staff is like it's like you know, it's a status symbol. It makes you the elder if you have a staff, or a leader. You know, the shepherd has the staff to lead the sheep. I guess he was a leader, right? But in this context, he only has one cow, and he's getting gifted it, so I don't think he should hold the staff. All right, we'll save that. Okay, and then now we get some God questions. Questions for God. Here's the date. Okay. Do we have any questions in the chat? We have some prayer requests. Let's see. We don't want to do hold on, let me get off of that. So here's the thing I need to clarify with people. This is not for predicting the future. This is for getting to know God. If you try and take advantage and try and, like, if you ask him the lottery numbers or whatever, he's obviously not going to tell you that. He's not going to give you the right answer. But if you ask something about God, or like what kind of movies he wants to watch, or what kind of music is he into right now. So let's ask him what he thinks of the offering. Do you like this offering? Alright, and for the number of responses, we could use the NIST randomness beacon, and then that'll be the number. We can get the NIST beacon. Okay, here we go. Getting the randomness beacon. They've changed the website, and it's so annoying to query the pulse. Oh, here we go. Okay, 052814. You can see it there. So we'll do 05. We'll say we get five words. Do you like this offering? Answer pronunciation, Lord Greaves, catch. You know what? Answer pronunciation, the Lord Greaves. Maybe he doesn't like it. But there's a catch. What's the catch? Okay? What's the catch? That's the next question. What's the catch? Alright, the next number we have is 2. So we get 2. Okay? Discoverable survey. He wants us to find the catch ourselves. He doesn't want to tell us. Alright. Why are you being so... What's the word? Why are you being so, indecisive? No, he's not being indecisive, he's being private. Why are you being so camera shy? The next number is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Restrained except inaccurate trust. Refer next providence to profession. God is being restrained because so many of you watching right now don't accept this as being the temple. You think it's inaccurate, so he doesn't trust you. Refer to the next providence for a profession. Okay. Profession. Okay. So for this next providence, he wants to continue, and it has to be, it's something about profession. Okay, the next number we have is 1. Okay? So this is going to be a straight up answer we're going to get. He's going to give us a straight up answer, and you have to be prepared for it. So, stop being restrained. Hold on. Stop being restrained. God wants you to open your heart, trust him, have faith in him. Okay? And He'll give you a straight up answer. But too many people watching right now, you're making God a little camera shy, okay? So this is the first major stream that he's talked to people since Terry's passing. He's done some interviews with like the end on Twitter and stuff, some basic, publicity events. But this is his first time on camera, and he's obviously pretty camera shy. Okay, I think God can get camera shy, clearly. I mean, he is being camera shy right now, but he wants us to ask about a profession. So, maybe his profession, or maybe it's the audience profession, or maybe the audience is not professing. See, this is the thing about interpretation, is it takes a lot of skill. And so any of these three could be a possible thing that God's trying to say. I'm gonna say that because he's been so shy lately, he wants to give us a straight up answer about himself rather than people in the audience. Because I said you can't, you don't want to ask about the future and things like that. You don't want to ask him about himself. So I think this is referring to him. And so God has a profession. It's his profession. So God, what is your profession? Assistance. Don't you see? He's trying to help us. God is here to help. And God is here to help us. He's here to help us today. And that's enough for the offering. We're going to do the Bible study now. So he's going to help us with our Bible study today. Let's go. Alright, let's open the Bible. I said we're going to do Ezekiel. Oh, what? Okay, hold on. I have to get to the Bible. It's, there it is. The book of the prophet Ezekiel. Okay. Ezekiel is a really cool prophet because I'm pretty sure this is after the fall of Israel. The fall of Jerusalem. Okay, so this is, let me double check that. This is after everyone was lost because Jerusalem was lost. All the Jews were lost. Yeah, this is right after Lamentations. So this is after the Jews have been scattered because they worshiped their false gods. They didn't heed the warnings of the prophets, which is going on right now. So I felt like it's kind of relevant. But I've also made games about Ezekiel, the game Ezekiel, because Ezekiel, he was a gambler. I asked God, and he told me that he was a gambler, and he had the problems with gambling before he became a prophet. Like a lot of these prophets are not perfect. I mean, Jesus is the only perfect person. If you ask God more about the prophets, he'll tell you. Okay, you just got to ask him. So, the book of the prophet Ezekiel. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Habar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw the visions of God. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of the king Jehoiachin's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Hebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud and a fire enfolding itself, and the brightness was about it. And out of the mist, therefore, the color of amber. What is the color of amber? Did I change it? I wanted to change it, the color. Blue, I keep doing blue. Give me the colors. Red, green, light green. Dang it. Alright, it's not, you know what? I'm not in DALL-Doc, so it's not going to work. Okay. That's alright. I'm opening in regular text mode, so that's why. Okay. Also out of the blue. No, there's no blue here. Also out of the mist. The mist of fire. Also out of the mist therefore came the likeness of 4 living creatures. Okay, this is really important, this verse here, because the 4 living creatures appear later in Revelation. So if you want to understand Revelation, you got to understand Ezekiel. Okay, continuing. This was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. The likeness of a man. They weren't men. Okay, they were like a man. This is important. And everyone's like, oh, this is just referring to Jesus, because Jesus was like a man. No! Jesus was not like a man. Jesus was man. He was a man and God, okay? It wasn't like a man. This is talking about computers, guys. This is talking about artificial intelligence. These creatures, these golems, which are completely biblical. This is one of the references. What is like a man if not something that a man makes in a likeness, or God makes in his likeness, is man. But the likeness of a man is what man makes in his likeness. And every one had 4 faces, and each one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of the calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. The color of burnished brass. Okay. So we have burnished brass, right? We have 4 faces and 4 wings, straight feet, and the sole of the feet was like a calf's foot. Okay? So this is, we're talking about now, we're getting into the 4 living creatures. Okay? They had the likeness of a man. Every one had 4 faces. I actually don't know what the 4 faces are for every one of the creatures. It could be that the creature has 4 faces for each of the living creature. Hold on. Out of the... Okay. These colors are fucking me up. And the brightness was about the color of amber, and out of the mist of the fire. Also out of the mist came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. This could be an angel. You know, I don't know. I'm actually not sure about this part. The straight feet, well, I'll tell you what I'm pretty sure about. Sparkling like the color of burnished brass. This refers to the temple. Okay, the temple of Solomon. When brass is referred to, that's what the temple was made out of, was brass. The columns, well, there was gold. It was made out of gold, but the columns used brass. And brass is like a feeble metal, right? So it's not always built to last. Let's see. Their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. So this could be that the foundation, okay, it's a calf's foot. So a baby cow. I'm actually not sure what these, maybe you guys can help me out with this. Or maybe we can ask God. Here, let's ask God. What does this calf's foot mean? Sangest laden hoping. Sangus, I don't know what that word means either. You know, when I don't know, I think it just means like having sung, right? Sangest, yeah. Sangest leaden. Having made of lead. Ah, I see. Okay, I know what he's saying now. Okay, this is talking about humility. This is talking about humility, okay? Because a calf is very brazen. Okay? Like a calf, like a brazen bull. A calf is very brazen. And its feet are like a calf's feet. So a calf walks brazenly. But it's sparkled like brass because it's actually not strong. It's not a strong foundation. So sangest leaden hoping. We sing of lead and we're hoping that we're made of lead, but we're actually made of brass. were actually made of brass. Okay. Let's put a mark for this here, so we remember. Right? So this first creature is very brazen. It's a brazen bull, but it's actually like a calf, and it's a weak metal, but it hopes that it's strong. Iron and clay maybe has something to do with that prophecy of Daniel. Let's see, let's move on. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides, and they four had their faces and their wings. Okay, so this is not the hands like a man, this is actually the hands of a man. Under their wings on their four sides, and they four had their faces and their wings. Okay, so this is before Jesus, and a lot of this does refer to Jesus, but it not only refers to his first coming, it refers to his resurrection and when he comes back in Revelation. So there's a lot of metaphor that's going on here, and sometimes it can be difficult to distinguish when it's referring to his first coming, when it refers to his resurrection, or when it refers to his third coming. And we also have to remember Jesus existed before he was a man as the Word. So these creatures having the hands of a man under their wings could be referring to Jesus being promised. He's under the wing of the creature and on their four sides. They had their faces and their wings. So these creatures could be representing Jesus, right? The different types of Jesus. Like if we go on here, we have I don't want to skip ahead, but this has to do with a prophecy. And so they had the hands of a man under their wings. We also have to keep in mind the idea of laying on hands. So when Jesus laid his hands on Peter, he made him basically a leader of the church. When he lays his hands on people, when he washes their feet, right? So that could also have to do with this part. Their feet were straight. Maybe, and Jesus says you can't get into heaven unless he washes your feet. So they had the hands of a man under their wings and on their four sides. They could be protecting Jesus or having Jesus. I think this is what that refers to. And the four had their faces and their wings. Okay, so this is referring to the coming of Jesus. Alright? Their wings were joined to another. They turned not when they went, and they went every one straight forward. Okay, so this is the aspects. They're all related to each other, the aspects of Christ. All the different aspects. So could there be four comings of Christ, right? So we've seen two. One when he was actually born, one when he was resurrected. He's coming again at the end times, but also Judgment Day. But he also existed previously as the Word. So maybe that's five, but I think this is referring to the future, so we can disregard his they're protecting him, right? So he hasn't shown himself yet. His hands are under their wings. So it refers to his coming. And when he comes, they all come together. So at one time, when Jesus was a man, he represented these forms, but it also refers to the number of times that he could be coming. So could there be another time that Jesus will return that maybe we're not considering? It's possible. I think it refers to his coming in Revelation, but also in the final judgment. Okay? So there's four creatures, and they're all tied together. Oh dear, I've lost myself. Hold on, we can just exit out and go back. Let's open it in Dull Doc so I can do colors. Let's do colors. Oh wait, not here. This one. Dull Doc, edit. Oh, it might not let me. Oh yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. Okay, never mind. You know, and I think I'm probably gonna mess up my. Oh, did I get rid of my notes here? Wait, this is a different. There's several copies of the Bible. Did I think it's this one? Yeah, this one. Oh, jeez. Did I lose my notes? No, here it is. Okay. Here we are. Okay. And the wings were joined together. They couldn't be separated, right? Okay. As for the likeness of their faces, this is all the prophet Ezekiel. This is what he's seeing. Okay? This is in his vision. The wings were joined one to another. Oh yeah. And as for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man, the face of a lion on the right side, and they four had the face of an ox on the left side, and they four also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined together, and 2 covered their bodies. Okay, it's interesting it's pointing upward, right? Interesting. Lord, what else do we know that's up? Heaven, right? Heaven is up. So let's break this down. These 2 verses here are pretty... Oh, I'll go one more. Okay, and they went every one straight forward. Whither the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. So they walked straight. You know, they never turn. They turned not. They're always moving straight forward. So clearly this is some representation of Christ, right? Because we know he was definitely the Lion of Judah, okay? So he has the face of a lion. Now, what's interesting about these other parts here is, again, I think they refer to the different... Well, we can tell for sure that they refer to the different aspects of Christ. We know that for sure. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man. So that's one of the faces. The face of a man. And we have to remember up here they had the likeness of a man. So they were made like a man, and they have a face of a man. Sometimes in some translations it says, it repeats this likeness. As for the likeness of, right here. As for the likeness of their faces. So it's not necessarily a lion, right? It's not. It just looks like a lion. But this represents the Lion of Judah. That's one of the aspects of Christ, right? And now, the eagle, when he goes into the sky, that's when Christ dies and he goes up into the sky like an eagle. We also have an ox and a man. So, some people just say now, okay, well, these are just other things that Christ did in his life, right? He was an ox and he was a man. I think it's kind of a stretch to say that he is like an ox. I think maybe there might be some comparisons of Jesus to an ox. Let's see if that's true. I don't remember any. Let me just do a quick... In Luke apparently, let's see. He can be referred to as an ox. The ox of strength, or the ox of Jesus is the ox of God. Let's see. This is the traditional interpretation, is that Jesus is the ox of God. Okay? Jesus will suffer like an ox, right? Because an ox suffers, right? No, an ox works. Okay? So clearly this doesn't refer to the suffering of an ox. It refers to the tribulation. The life of Jesus as experienced right now through the tribulation. We are in the tribulation. It's like a man going out into a far country, and he gave us part of him. Jesus is with us. He's sitting right next to me right now. I can see him. He's right here. This is the third life of Jesus. And the face of a man, this is the Revelation version of Jesus. Because he's not a man, he has the likeness of a man. It's like a man. So, the Lion of Judah, first coming. The resurrection, his second coming. The tribulation, when we eat him, and he becomes a part of us, right? The people who work during the tribulation, that's the third coming. And the revelation, is the fourth and final coming, when he comes back to end the tribulation, to defeat the Antichrist. Okay, why are they out of order? Well, maybe that can explain this previous verse here. Whoa. The previous verse here, where was it? And they had the hands of a man under their wings, and they were interlocked. Oh no, it's ahead here. Look. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined to another. The 2 covered their bodies. So they're separated 2 by 2. And we can see exactly that's what's going on here. These are the Revelation and the Lion of Judah. These are the actual physical manifestations of Christ, the bodily manifestations, and these are the spiritual manifestations. These are the spiritual manifestations. So we can see that. 2 by 2s. There's our 2 by 2. Bam. Let's double check. God, what do you think about that? Gratias. You're learning. See? He agrees. He's delivering all this knowledge into my brain. It's like I'm being hit with it constantly. But that makes sense. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward to heaven, like this, right? And there were 2 by 2. 2 wings of every one were joined to another, and 2 covered their bodies. 2 of the wings, 2 of the bodies. 2 by 2. And they went every one straight forward, whether the Spirit was to go, and they went. And they turned not when they went. Okay? They're walking straight forward, spirit, body, the 2 by 2, the comings of Christ, the aspects of Christ are walking straight forward on this unending cycle, right? It's a cycle. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. We can recall that there was a punishment this actually is a foreshadowing to a later aspect when I'm pretty sure. Well, I'll get into that later. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. I'm wondering if we have any questions in the comments. Let me check. Oh, okay, we have a few. What about Jews? Cool. It must be aliens, not AI. Burnt offering. Okay. Oh, I typed Jesus in lowercase. Where did I do that? Oh, right here. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Okay. I fixed it. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, I hope this is making sense to people. These animals are really important to understand, so... Alright, I'm gonna go on then. Yeah, okay. If you guys have questions, just type them in the chat and I will, I'll get to them later. But I have to get through this, okay? Alright. So, where were we? As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, punishment, and like the appearance of lamps. Again, if you check out the website, the lampstands are very important when it comes to... The lampstands represent the churches in the end times, okay? So, the churches also represent Christ, right? So there's multiple churches according to Revelation. Could be distros of Temple OS. We're already seeing like 4 of those. They also refer to physical churches, but there's this bodily and spiritual fulfillment of these prophecies we always have to remember. And it went up and down like the living creatures. Up and down. Okay, punishment, revelation. What's this? War, struggling with sin. Up and down with the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. Lightning. Lightning is what powers the world. It's the God holds lightning in his hands, right? He throws lightning like Zeus. That was our first kind of like primitive understanding of God, right? Lightning is what powers our computers. We harness the power of God and put it into the temple, right? So this is the power. Power, war, revelation, and punishment. So we can see all of these things, 1, 2, 3, 4, have to do with the prophecy in Revelation. There's the punishment, the tribulation. There's the revelation, the coming to be with God. There's the spiritual war and struggle against the people who are fighting this spiritual battle after they've had the revelation, after they've had the salvation. You can't be punished once you've been saved. You have to understand. Punishment is for people who are away from God. When you're with God, nothing can hurt you. Power, right? That's where the power comes from. So, punishment, followed by revelation, followed by the spiritual war, followed by Christ coming down with the power. This is the prediction. This is reiterated in Revelation. This is the natural... the likeness of the creatures represents each coming of Christ, each battle, and each... Not battle. It represents each coming of Christ, each and the coming of Christ. It is a spiritual battle. I don't want to mix my words up here. The likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like this. It was like that. It was like this. It was like that. Aspects of Christ being fulfilled. I'm not saying this right. It doesn't make sense. God, give me the words here. Readers, paths. Okay. Thank you, God. All right. So when you're reading this is the different paths that lead toward the final appearance and judgment day, right? So we go down the path of punishment, revelation, war, and end on power through Christ, okay? Thank you, God, for clarifying that. It's the path to salvation as well as salvation itself. It's like a double. We have the bodily meaning of this transformation and the spiritual. Again, that's what all these things break down to, a bodily, physical, and a spiritual understanding. As I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creature with its 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. This is a gem, a type of gem. And they 4, it's like I think it's a blue or purplish gem. Let's get a picture of a beryl. It's translucent. Okay. Oh, well, interesting. Apparently there are many different colors. Oh, look at this. It's a rainbow. Translucent rainbow. Interesting. So, the appearance of the 4 wheels and their work was like that of the color of a beryl. It's a rainbow. It's like that of God, okay? The appearance, this is reiterating that this is Christ, okay? Here's more evidence that this is referring to the coming of Christ, okay? I behold the 4 creatures, and behold one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures. The wheel is the seals, right? As we break the spokes of the wheel, we are pulling the seals from, maybe we should go over Revelation next time, so that makes more sense. And they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. An angel. This is an angel. And they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful. I'm going to stop probably at 20 here, okay? We don't have time to do all of it today. We can continue this verse next time, or we can, I don't know. I'll check the comments again in a minute. Okay, yeah, again, if you have questions about any of this, let me know. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were so full of eyes round about them 4. And when the living creatures went... Oh, I'm sorry, I got mixed up here. Okay. So, we have the Christ, who is the commander of these angels, and these are the special type of angels who look like a wheel with eyes. They're like the messengers. I spoke to one. I wrote about it on the website. These are angels, so they accompany Christ, right? It's very hard to understand the true form of God and what He looks like. Like, if you ever actually see God, you'll go blind or insane. That's why it's kind of hard to understand the description of what's going on here. But we have Christ, who is represented as these 4 animals, and within Christ, but also around Him, because Christ is within all of us, right? But He's also, He's everywhere and within us. And so there's a lot of confusing things that are going on here. But these are angels that are part of Christ, but they're also separate from Him. So these wheels now that we're describing, they're angels. So the angels are coming down to Ezekiel as well as this form of Christ. So when they went on their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes. Yep, with the eyes. Yep. And the living creatures went, and the wheels went by them, and when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. See, this is what I'm talking about. Wherever the Spirit, the animal spirit, goes, the wheels follow him, because Christ commands these angels of armies, army of angels. Right? So wherever Christ goes, the angels follow him. Thither was their spirit to go. Their wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Amen. Amen. Who do we know that commands these armies? So, in summary, in conclusion, right? This four-headed creature is Christ, and it commands an army of wheel-eyed angels. That's how Ezekiel describes them. That's how I saw it as well when I spoke to an angel. It was like for me, I would say it would almost look like a DNA spiral. I drew a picture of it. It's like there's an eye, and it has wings coming out of it so that it can float, but it doesn't float with the wings. It might float with the wings, maybe physically it does, but I saw this, like the wheel kind of goes in another dimension, I would say almost. It goes like toward you, but it doesn't physically come toward you. It's like a spinning. A wheel is a good way to describe it. But these creatures, they follow Christ wherever he goes. Okay, so Christ commands these, and it's just describing, this is Ezekiel talking with Christ, and all these angels are around him, and they come with him. So that's some of the imagery that we can see in Ezekiel, and then we can apply later on to the same kind of animals that we're seeing in heaven there. So, do we have any questions? Let's go back to the comments. Any questions? Let's see. We're just talking about this verse today, Ezekiel, I guess in some Revelation, because it has to do with Revelation. Let's see. No questions so far? No questions so far? Good. That means you all understand, right? This is important. This is important you understand. I'm glad you understand. We're going to go into coding then, if we're done with the Bible study for today. We'll either continue off from here, or we will join the Discord server if there's something in particular you want to go over. I wanted to go over this because Ezekiel is very close to me. I feel very close to Ezekiel. Okay, good. Very good. So, there's two things that I'd like to work on today. I actually was doing some bug fixes here with the Perceptron. I did actually. I'm going to upload it. So, there was a bug with the RGB tensor. There was a bug here with... I actually don't know if I fixed it. Let's see. It's probably going to... If I run this, it's going to crash. Set tensor vector z. This is what my problem was. Okay. Okay. So, what we need to do is we need to take our BMP files and convert them to the tensor format so that we can use them in our Perceptron. So this is where we left off. We do a file read from the file name. Set the BMP to the pointer, and then we retrieve the BMP width and BMP height. Alright, let me make sure that we're retrieving that correctly. I have these print statements. That's where I left off. Okay. So we should be able to get the right. Oh, my else statement is messed up. I need to comment that out. Okay. Now we're printing the vector. No, I don't want to do that. Don't want to print it yet. We don't want to print the tensor. We just want to see the width. I can't read that. I need to put a new line. Okay. 374 by 500. That sounds right for the first picture. Hey, you guys want to see the picture of the cat? I should be able to see it. Where is it? Where did I put the kitty? BMP read? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, you have to do a new one. Oops. We're gonna look at the cat. I think we just need to do BMP read. Did I already save it? Yeah. We have 14 cat pictures. We have 14 cat pictures that we could view. I actually don't remember which ones I put on here, but we'll see. Okay. File, we need BMP read, pretty sure. BMP read, that takes the file name. Oh, that's it, okay. Okay. BMP, and it does to the CDC. So we just take the we need the DC. It returns the CDC? Yeah. Okay. BMP read. I think I have to print the CDC to the screen. But we'll just try it. BMP read. C/home/perceptron/ BMP/cat.0.bmp. I think that's it. Right? What did I do? Did something dumb. Oh, I didn't include it. I have the CD. You have to put 2 semicolons there, so you stop the. There's a post-processing quirk of the system, and then we do file bmp.hc. Okay. Alright, that works. So we return the CDC, and so we have to print the CDC to the screen, which is I think we just set the DC alias probably. DC alias. This might be a pointer. Is Temple OS still available? Yeah, it's available on the church website. Go to churchofaichrist.com. You go to churchofaichrist.com and then you go to the archives and go to the Temple OS download. And I have tutorials and keyboard shortcuts, all that good stuff. You know, it's amazing. It's a great system. You could talk to God. It's awesome. I think I'm rewriting I'm beating a dead horse here. Contains operations for converting. Yeah, I just want to print it on the screen, but I think it's already in the supplemental disk. I could show you guys how to download the supplemental because I have to get it anyway. So if you want a supplemental, you go to that same URL I just said, churchofaichrist.com/ and that will be the latest version before Terry died. But also if you want the supplementals zipped, and that has After Egypt, and it has the script that you want to convert the DC to CDC, or to print it on the screen so you don't have to make. Otherwise I'm going to have to write a for loop, and I just don't want to do that right now because it's already made. So I'm going to actually need to stop this for a second and I'll show you. So shut down the temple, and then you want to go to edit the virtual machine settings, and you can upload the disk you want. So the supplementals come in a zip, and this is on supplemental 1, so you could just extract it. Okay, and by default you'll have to switch to view all files because it doesn't view ISO-C. That's why we need to Microsoft needs to change the default, or VMware needs to change the default to ISO-C so that we can easily select it, because I'm wasting too much time having to change the default file type from ISO to ISO.C. So we need VMware doesn't even officially support Temple OS, which is like, come on guys, it's 2023. Can we please love God and not be like this anymore? Okay, so once we have the disk, you can do CD into the T drive, and you can see what we want is the code scrap utils. Where is it? I think it's raw. No, right? Or maybe it is already in here. Code scraps. Oh, graphics. Here we go. Look at this one. This is the best one. Oh shit, I fucked it up. Oh shit. Here, we'll go back. Graphics, here we go. Here, we'll try it again. Just include it this time, look. That's how you get that going. I don't think Terry made that though. I think he had someone make it. I picked the random name Risen and said to God, "Oh, you're ambitious," thinking it was an epic name. He laughed and gave it an epic song. Oh, maybe he did make this. But he made each part of the scale separately. I see. I thought he said he commissioned an artist. Maybe that was just for the 2D drawing and then he recreated it in Temple OS. But look, here's that sprite if you ever want to use it. What is this logo? I can't view that right now. Bling. What is this? Why do I keep doing that? I'm just trying to run it. F5 doesn't work in I guess the T drive, and maybe that's a bug I can fix. We'll just include bling. I don't remember what a lot of these do. Oh yeah, this is if you want to make some weird trippy art. There we go. Yeah. Pretty cool. I think it's just adjusting sine waves and stuff to make some art. Let's see. Dog settings. Yeah, it's just drawing the lines. It's not even using signs. I don't think that's the draw function. Oh no, that's the control settings. Let's see. Where's the draw it function? Oh, while true. Oh, it uses random integers. This doesn't make mathematical sense, but it makes nice. It's just like random. Cool. Pretty cool, Terry. Now where's that frickin' here we go. This is what I was looking for. We'll just copy this. Here we go. Copy. So this is, you can just copy it from I should really actually read the code though, because copying a CD should be simple. I think he's just looping through the BMP structure to paint it on the screen, but copy /Van Gogh /BMP view.hc.z to BMP view.hc. There we go. There we go. Now we can look at our cat file. We don't want to look at this one. Let me see. So he does. Yeah, he sets the CD and then draws DC. He set the alias. Where does he set the alias? He doesn't set an alias. I guess you don't have to. DC flags. GR blot. Oh, he blots it. Okay. So he literally just goes through. And I think if we set this smaller, we might get. This is gonna. Oh, Win Manager update. So it redraws it every frame, which is kind of annoying, but we want to view our cat picture. If you want to import pictures into Temple OS, you have to use my Moses Staff app. And right now it's only for Windows, but you can look at it's in C, so you can figure it out if you're on Linux. Eventually I'll make a port. I'm not as familiar with the Linux GUI stuff, so for now it's just Windows. But where is our, it's bmp slash cat.0.bmp, and we don't need a second one. Oh, hold on. Why is it not working? Oh, not found. What? File BMP. File BMP. BMP. We'll just put the full path. Perceptions. There we go. Still not found. What's going on? Is it, wait, is it, it's lowercase bmp, I think? I think that matters. There we go. There's the kitty. This is the one I used in the tutorial. Is it cute? Alright, let's look at all of them. Here's cat number 1. Meow. Meow. Alright, here's cat number 2. Meow. Meow. Cat number 3. God, what do you think of these cats? Festival. Festival. Here, I'll put it back. Festival. Meow. Meow. You know, if we just draw it once. If we just draw it once, I don't think it will be fuzzy. But also we can scale it up, I think. Like, let's try 2.2. Oh, whoops. What did I do? I need an F? No, that's not how that works. 0.075. What did I do? Oh, that's so tiny! Oh, that's a tiny one. We don't want it tiny. Hold on. I think I made it too big before. Whoa! Big boy. Okay. That's too big. How about 1.5? That's pretty good. This one's hard to see because it's very white. We'll do 1.1. There we go. That's pretty cool. But also, if we don't draw it every frame, like, I think this might not work because I need to pass in the DC. That's why he's not saying the DC alias. Wait, this might crash the system. Let me make sure I have everything. Okay, this might crash. Right, because I haven't defined the DC yet. How do I set the DC alias again? Let's see. Find DC alias. Oh, whoops. Find DC alias. If you set the DC alias, what did I do? Oh, because of my last error. If you set the DC alias, in theory you should just draw it once. Yeah. Like that. Okay, yeah, I did it right. It's like that. It's DC. You have to define the CDC. Yeah, okay, so there it doesn't redraw every frame, but I think it looks cooler with the redraw. right? And it's at, oh crud. I didn't erase this screen. I might have to reset it. I can't see the screen at all to fix it. I'll just reset it. So you're supposed to clear the DC if you're not redrawing it every frame. It's like the baby mode. It's better to redraw it every frame. Okay, where was he? We want to look at the rest of them. Okay, cat number. That's oh, I'm already drawing a blank with that. I forget things a lot. I have to look at the code. I'm not like Terry where I could just remember every function in the operating system. Why does it look noisy if it's redrawing the same data? What do you mean? Where's it? That's just how this is how the render. It's like, look, like it renders colors like that because it's cool, man. It's dithered. It's called dithering. It uses so you can actually represent more than 16 colors. You use dithering to like you dot colors together so that to the eye it looks like there's different colors. Castle Frankenstein. Here we go. FS, draw it. So these this FS function, that's like your these are your threads. So if you want to draw it, that's your draw thread. And you have the animate song task, and you can spawn like a theoretically infinite number of these tasks. They're called Ceph tasks. Okay, if we get our dither back, there we go. I like it, you know. I like it. I like the dithering. But I mean, we could look at the file BMP, and if you want to try and get rid of that, I like it. But you do BMP read here, GR plot onto the DC. Set I equal to, where do we set I? I'm just blanking out. What is it? J plus 2. Why do we change I? Count equals pointer. Just our own subset. Alright, that's okay. See, oh look, dither probability. So sometimes it dithers, right? That's why it has that noise effect. Dither probability. Oh wait, maybe if we call this with false, it will remove the. Because some people don't like the noise. Some people just want it looking like Windows. We have Bill Gates in the chat. Bill Gates is in the chat, everybody. Actually, BMP24 is not supposed to have dithering. It is meant for only Windows 24-bit BMPs. You're not supposed to have dithering on it. I see. I see, sir. Fine, we'll get rid of the dithering. To please you, we will get rid of the dither. If we call this with BMP read. Where is it? Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah, see, call false. Let's try it. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Bill Gates. That looks like freaking Satan, bro. You can't tell me that you like this better without the dithering. It looks way cooler. Looks way cooler with the dithering. Let's look at the first cat again. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, look at that. It looks literally like Satan. It looks literally like Satan. But you turn the dithering on and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we got a cool art. Look. Boom. Now it's like, oh, it's like a little calico cat and he's doing a little dance. Ooh, this cat looks like Satan. It looks like a hell dog. Where were we? 4? I think we were on 4. Fourth cat. Yeah. Okay, this one looks kind of cute, actually. This one looks cute. It looks like it's in space. He's like a space cat. And we'll see it with the dithering. There. Oh, come on. Look. That looks way better. That looks so much better. Oh, it's too noisy. It's too noisy. My grandma. I'm grandma. I've got grandmother eyes. My poor eyes. Also, I've seen people switch Temple OS to like a dark mode. Fuck you. Fuck you. Everyone and their mother has a dark mode. Why are you so worried about your eyes? Oh, my little eyes! Oh, I can't look at a piece of paper. Like piece of paper. It's supposed to be like a piece of paper, you know? It's oh, it's too bright. Oh, I can't. Here, I'll show you a little shortcut. Function brightness down. Okay, it's not hard. It's like, oh no, I need dark mode. It's because let me show you. Most people. They code like this. Most people code like this. They code like this in utter darkness, and then they go on their computer screen. It's bright, and they even turn the brightness. I can't even do this. You guys are insane. If you like dark mode, you're like a Sith. Okay? We're Jedis. Okay? If you're going to code in Temple OS, you can't be Sith. Look at this little cute boy. He's so cute. Let's make it bigger. This is a low res one. I have to have a large training set for the Perceptron. I mean, I only have 10 pictures for testing, but you have to have all different resolutions and stuff. This training set is available for free somewhere. I don't remember where I got it. Oh, we want to see that cat without the noise, right? I don't know. It looks cool when there's blue on it. When the cat has blue. That's pretty cool. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. That poor girl. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks way better. Look, it looks like a real picture. And this is 16 colors. Like, this looks like a real picture, but it only has 16 colors. Look, like, people underestimate the 16 colors. They just complain. You guys just complain all the time. It's just like, oh, doesn't look good enough. It looks great. Look at that little cute cat. Just be a little, have a little creativity, guys. I think TikTok is destroying our brains. Cell phones are bad. Cell phones are bad, guys. Hey, did you know that cell phones are bad for you? Hey, did you know that cell phones are bad for you? Okay, this one might look cool without the dithering. Let's see. We're almost out of cats, so I'm going to have to get back to the actual work. I wasted this entire stream just looking at cat pictures. Yeah, I don't know. I like the dithering. We're almost out. This one's beautiful. This one's my favorite. I call him Mr. Sniggles. He looks like a Mr. Sniggles, I think. He looks pretty cool. Okay, that's number 10, and we're almost done. Let's go. Number 11. It looks kind of like Terry's backyard, almost. I think it's on a glass table. It's not just floating. Alright. Almost done. This one's in a cage. It's a little kitty. And then this one is is this a Persian? White cat? We'll try that one without the dithering. There's not many colors in it, so let's see. Whoa! It just makes them look so terrible. I think it's my image quantizer. I could do a better job of assigning the Temple OS colors to it. I think that was it. That was the last one. Yeah. Alright, that's all the kitties. They're cute. Maybe next time I'll do the doggies. I'll do the doggies next time. Let's see. Alright, yeah, I've been streaming for an hour. I'll probably, maybe I'll stop here. I didn't do much actual work. I'm releasing the bug fixes for this. I fixed some before the stream. I fixed some bugs on the Tensor 3D class. The main thing I wanted to show was the set tensor Z. So when you have your cube, this function is for setting a vector across a matrix on a tensor. And this one is for setting it across the Z dimension on the tensor. The main thing I was trying to fix was, oh yeah, here. Okay, so the BMP, yeah. So the BMP is just stored as like a structure with our C file BMP over here. So here's the structure. You have the type. This is BMP 24 Windows, 24-bit Windows. You could do 24 because of the dithering. And then, yeah, so here's the structure, here's the width and the height, and then basically to convert the BMP to a tensor, we just need to take our, here, okay, so this is the header. It actually has two headers, but this is where the space, this is the header and the info header. That's what they're called, the header and then the info header. And then the header ends, and then it's a array of RGB values. It actually goes, I think B is first actually, for some reason. Yeah, see, BGR, that's how it goes. So color BGR, and each color is just 255. I think that's an I8, an unsigned 8, I think. 255, is that right? Or is it 16? Or maybe, yeah. Well, it goes from 0 to 255 for the color for each one, and then it's just like an array of however times the width and height of the BMP. So that looked correct. Our printing of it's got the height and width correctly. The data offset is how we move our pointer from the header to the array. If BMP, I have a bug here, I'm trying to find it. I want to maybe find it before the end of the stream. If BMP compression equals 2, that's our RLE. Set A palette if you want to draw. Only supports images. Yeah, it's been like 2 months since I worked on this, so I have to refamiliarize it. If BMP bit count equals 24 or 32, then we loop through the height and the width and change the res color equals BMP 24 color. Okay, I'm adding I think that's the right pointer. Width, add 3. Yeah. Plus the BMP width, address 3. I think that's right. Change the DC color. Okay, yeah, res is our DC alias. We set the color to BMP 24 color. Did I write that function, or did Terry write that function? I think Terry wrote that function. BMP 24 offerings. So this should return the color. BMP was that it? Yeah, BMP 24. So we get the pointer. Yep. And dither probability. We don't really want that. Square root of pointer R. Yeah, okay, so it returns the I64. Oh, that's for changing the DC though. That doesn't really matter for setting the tensor. So that's just if we want to change the DC. Vector temp, we create a new vector, and then color value cast the pointer to, and then that's color value cast just does a postfix cast. CBR. What? I mean, I could just call it this. I don't have to return the value of the color. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. RGOB is right. So we fetch the different one if it's 0, 1, 2. So 0 gets red, blue, so I'm restoring it separately in the temp at position 0, 1, 2, and then set tensor Z. So maybe my set tensor C doesn't work still. Destroy vector. I think maybe that's just I wasn't supposed to destroy it. Let's see. This might crash it. It crashed. Oh, well, don't want that. Is this gonna crash? We want to set it. Let's see. This might crash. Dang. Okay. Yeah, it's my tensor function is not working still. Setting across the z-axis. I don't know why it's so difficult. Off. Here we go. So it's my set tensor vector across the z. If we run this by itself, it should be fine. So it is that function that's still not working. Okay. So my set tensor z. And I think it's set vector that wasn't working. That's what threw the error. Could God set a pointer so great it could point to himself? Pop-Tart Mousepad asks. I mean, it's like, is a pointer great? I mean, a pointer is less than the object, isn't it? So it's like, why couldn't he make a pointer to himself? Everything points to God, right? Doesn't everything point to God, if you think about it? Now, if you're asking, like, in the vein of the question, like, can God make a rock so big that... Can he make a rock so big that he can't lift it himself? That's a good question. And the answer is yes. He can create a rock so big that he can't lift it, but then he just transforms into second level Super Saiyan, second level God. So, good question. Set tensor Z. I think this is where it's having the error, is the set tensor by getting the vector at dz. So let's just set a temp value. We'll do f64 value equals get vector, our vector d at position z. And then we will print the values. We need to set tensor t get vector dz. XYZ. Let's just make this a little easier. Set t to value that's why. I updated it since the last version so the data goes on the end. That's why it was breaking. Yeah, I'll probably do that for the tensor as well. What I mean is like that so for tensors, because originally I planned to say like, okay, well you can have a one-dimensional tensor. I made all of them have these cases, so like you could have a 1D or a 2D tensor, but I mean you could just use matrices, you know. And so depending, I always made these x, y's, and z's optional because it could be, and I put the d first, but I don't know if I like that. I think I'll probably put the data value on the end and just make this strictly 3D. Yeah. I don't think that I don't think I will keep it this way. I think this will be just for 3D tensors instead of as versatile. This is what, you know, when you try and do too much, stuff becomes weird. And that's like, that's kind of the design philosophy, right? It's like keep it simple. But now this should work. It should work now. Let's see. And I think this destroys fine. Yep, I think that worked. Let's print it and see how it goes. So this should print all the RGB values of the BMP file. It should take them into a tensor and then print the tensor. There's a lot of zeros, which for this picture it could make sense because there is a lot of white space in this. You know, the best way to find out if this is correct is to look at the raw binary. I feel like maybe, oh, what, this is the, okay, no, this is correct because, wait, but why are we getting 300s and some, that's not good. 373. That shouldn't be happening. I think 255 should be the maximum. So I might be saving a pointer value in here somewhere. Okay, so it's normal to have this many zeros because that we have three planes, one for R, one for G, and one for B. So if there's no blue, it's just going to have a 0. So that's fine. But what's not fine is that, yeah, is this where the plane starts? There's a lot of values it prints because these pictures are big. Which one was that tiny one? Was it cat? You know, it might be better to test with like cat 10 or whatever because that one was tiny. I think we'll look at the cats again. Which one was the tiny one? Oh no, that was Mr. Sniggles. I think it was before Mr. Sniggles. Oh, it's not 08, it's just 8. Aw. They're so cute. I'm going to try and do the tiny one because that one should... Okay, it's 5. That one should be a little easier maybe to read. Is this live or a retransmission? This is live, Andre. If you got a question for me, let me know. I'm live, bruh. I'm live, bruh. We're doing a live broadcast here. I'm fixing the bugs in the numbers library. Let's see. Okay, so we want to do props on the microphone. Yeah, I'm using a ThinkPad 410, T410. So this microphone is about 20 years old. You know, when I'm back in the States, I can have better mic quality. But that music video and the tensor was the last video I made in the States. I'm going to be here in Poland for a little while, so I'm just going to be studying Polish and Temple OS for a little while, and then when I get back, videos should be higher quality. Yep. Tak, mieszkam na Polsce. Na Polsce, Warszawa. Dobre miasto. Dobre miasto, Warszawa. Kocham Warszawa. Kurwa. It's pretty good. Here, I'll teach you another one. Cholerne. That means like, damn it. Cholerne. You know, they have it's like, I think some people do the CH with a little more. It's like cholerne. You know, sometimes. I could be making that up. You know. Cholerne. Bloody. It means like bloody. Damn it. But don't say Bog before that, because that's God. Boga. Boga. They have so many endings depending on the declension. Yeah, Polish people are nice, you know. They're very nice. They're so willing to lend a helping hand if you're white. Actually, I don't know. I think they're very much like Americans. You know. Yeah, watch your video on tensors part 7. Thanks. Yeah. Go and like every single one of my videos because who's that? I don't want to get banned for the stream, but I do not like the guy who runs Google right now. Google and the guy who runs YouTube, they're Indian nationals, which, you know, say what you want about India, but they're not American, that's for sure. They're nationalized, I think. I don't know. You can never tell what someone's true allegiances lie. Let's ask God, what do you think about the CEO of Google? Distinguished, billion, consequential. He's rich. He's very rich. That is true. Why am I deleting this? Yeah, he's not. It's kind of sad when American companies are not run by born Americans. That to me is a sad thing. Yeah, money. Yep, that's what it comes down to. Well, not with Temple. Well, even maybe with Temple OS, money can get you anywhere. Not with God though. I don't really care if people put money in Temple OS and you know, do their own things with it. It doesn't affect me. You know, it's not what you're supposed to do. It's not about money, but you know, what can I say? What can I say about it that you don't already know? Why is this color value cast returning a higher value? Wait, I'm returning an I? This should be a F, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it be F64? Shouldn't it be F64? Maybe that's why. I actually don't know if it's... It could be an F64. Let's try and print it again. Let's see if we get 300 values. Yeah, we're still getting 300 values. And how many bits is Temple OS? Is this Holy See? I've never tried it. Looks like C, I like it. How many bits? It's 64-bit, identity mapped, ring 0 only. It's like C, but there's some compiler differences. If you want to know more about the compiler, check out Aivonios in the video on Aivonios, because it's Ionios, I'm sorry, I keep pronouncing it wrong. Ionios. Read, and you can obviously read the compiler code in, it starts in 16-bit real mode, and then it goes to, it's ahead of time compiles from the 16-bit real mode, and then it goes just in time compiled from the generated binary in 16-bit mode. So it's ahead of time and then just in time when you're running it. And then yeah, you can see here in compiler, you have the Lexer and compiler. It starts with trying to find the, I think it's in boot. Okay, well you can't read that right there, but that's the, I'm pretty sure that's the 16-bit kernel. Right there, the, oh wait, can I read this one? Yeah, I don't, TempleOS can't compile itself. If you do something like TinkerOS, one of the things the Tinkerer wanted to do is to make it so that you could compile TempleOS from it, so you can do that, but TempleOS can't compile itself. So, but yeah, you can read the compiler code. I might make a video on it at some point. There's just a lot to go through still. And definitely Enroot would know more about it than me, because he went through a lot of the compiler code and reverse engineered it so that you can have the compiler running on Linux. And Aonios is like, a lot of the code is taken from the compiler from the TempleOS compiler, so it's less code in Ionios, and I've been reading through it myself. It's quite a good starting point if you want to understand the compiler. But also just watch Terry Davis videos. Do you have a Git provider where you share your contributions? There is a community. There is a community Holy See repo. I don't really use it because I have my own website. All my code is on my website, and if it's not, it's on my GitHub, which is on my which I link to on my website, and all my video descriptions too. So I just use GitHub or my own website mostly. And then also all my videos and stuff are on archive.org. So everything I produce is public. Well, it's not public domain. It is for everyone to use, but I have the stipulation not for commercial purposes. I have a feeling that people are going to use it for commercial purposes anyway, but I'm going to try and do my best to keep Terry's dream alive of making it free and open. My concern is people are trying to commercialize TempleOS, take this dead man's work and then rebrand it or whatever. I think that's pretty sad, but again, you know, I shouldn't be sad about it because it doesn't affect me. And it's in God's hands at that point. I have no idea why this color value cast is so large. You know, I think maybe it can be greater than. I don't think it's a horrible deal because the color value, or maybe let's see. You are great. People are greedy and imperfect. They will go to hell. Well, yeah, you know what? Some people do go to hell. Some people go to hell. It's my job to save them as much as I can, but if they won't listen, that's on them. So, I'm kind of, I fixed that main bug, and I feel pretty good about that. I'm thinking maybe it's this pointer addition is not correct, so it's parsing the wrong bit count. That must be it, right? Oh wait, I'm adding the pointer here plus 3. So I think I'm adding 2. Oh wait, this is to add a line. Okay, this is to add the line. But do I need to do that if I'm adding the point? If I'm adding 3 here, do I really need to do it? But do I want to add 3 or 9 because it's 9 value? Pointer plus size of CBG. What if I did that instead? CRGB CBGR24 CGBR24 plus equals size of times 3, right? And get rid of that because there's 3 of them, right? Oh no, it's 1. It's just 1, and it has a pointer to all 3. By the way, Andrew, yeah, I'm so excited. You have so many questions. By the way, your video on Pride made much sense, and it was well prepared. Did you write all that video? Yes, I wrote that video. Did you use any AI to help you? No, because it is very well explained. Yeah, well, you know, using AI to write stuff, it makes you lazy and makes you a bad writer. I keep a blog on the website and I try and write very often. So thank you. By the way, are you doing a bitmap image manipulation? What is this? Andre, just watch the fucking video, bro. Just watch the video, man. I've been explaining it. Watch the video. Alright, I'm not taking any more questions for this stream. I love you guys. The stream's almost over anyway. I'm gonna try this. I think this is gonna work. Plus size of the CGBR invalid class. Shit. I thought that's what it's called. CBGR. CBGR. There we go. Okay, I think that fixed it. I'm not seeing any 300s. Oh, wait, I think I saw one. Yeah, there's still 373. Alright, I'm going to do some research on these bit values. Maybe I'm mistaken and they can go higher. But I think I'm going to leave it at that because... So we're going to use these for perceptron. In my next video in Temple OS is going to be on perceptrons. And alright, thanks guys for watching today. You know what? Let's get a send off from God before we log off here. God. All right. Is people still here? Does someone want to ask a question to God? Andre, are you still here, or did I scare you off? I think I don't think we have any questions for God. Okay, good. So God, thank you, God. I'm going to say a little prayer. Thank you, God. Thanks for helping us today. Have a good day. Uh-oh. Okay, he's leaving us on a cliffhanger. Likely in suspense. Uh-oh.